Hi there, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 25th of April. I'd speculate that apart from food and water, relationships are the most important part of life, not least our relationship with ourselves. That is the cornerstone of what helps us to go out into the world and connect with others and forge the kind of ties which give us a sense of belonging, give us a sense of comfort and feeling that we have a kinship with others, which can be very gratifying if it's really working well. Now, your relationship sector is very much to the fore at the present time. That's because the Sun and Mercury, which is about thinking and communicating, the Sun's about our life force, are both in your sector of relating, of partnerships. Now, this can work in lots of different ways. It can see you being more attuned to what other people bring to your situation. It also can see you more desirous of getting what you want around relationships, especially if that's been an unsatisfactory area. It can make us more conscious of our love life, but also it can make us more competitive or combative if we work in a fast-moving, competitive environment at work, or perhaps it's in a sporting arena when we like to test ourselves out against others. So the transit of the Sun and Mercury through your opposite sign of Taurus has lots of fascinating possibilities, but it's how you interact with others that I think is so very much to the fore at the present time. Now, the key part of this week is that Mercury goes into a retrograde or a rewind, which is going to last for 3 weeks. When Mercury does slam on the brakes like this is the second time this has happened this year. It does 3 retrogrades each year. There can be a tendency for there to be mix-ups, misunderstandings, and so in this part of your year, it is your relationships which are going to require that much greater care. But also, when Mercury's tracking backwards, it gives us an opportunity to revise our approach, to become a little bit more aware of how we are in relation to how other people see us. That's not always an easy thing. Sometimes we only see ourselves as we feel we are, but our perception may be markedly different from some of the people we encounter. So clarity in your communication is going to be a vital factor, not just over the next 3 weeks, but right through to the 23rd, 24th of May. And if people can understand very clearly where you're coming from, it will help things to flow that much better. But if you find yourself taking someone for granted or not keeping them informed or just feel that you'll be in touch when it suits, then there is a real potential for misunderstandings. And with your traditional ruler of Mars clashing with the planet Neptune still, and in the parts of your horoscope to do with spoiling and enjoying the good things in life, even if you try to do a gesture that you feel is well intentioned, if it's not quite right, a bit like buying someone a very practical present for their birthday, which isn't really very personal or thoughtful, then that kind of thing can really sort of miff people. So even if you find yourself wanting to be very generous to someone you care for, think about the impact that your actions will have on the other person, because it's possible that your perceptions can be a little bit clouded by Mars's continuing clash with Neptune. But there's also a beautiful angle this week between the Sun and Neptune, which suggests that if you deploy some sensitivity in the right kind of ways, then someone can very much get your message and actually really appreciate how you're attuned to where they are in their history, and you're able to frame their particular situation at this current time, and they can be very appreciative of your kindness and simpatico. So there is a really good Neptune influence this week as well. However, by Saturday we do have a quarter moon, and this quarter moon occurs in Aquarius, which is a logical part of a logical zodiac sign, but for you it's very much about your emotions. So when it comes to relating to other people, don't just be oversensitive to how it feels for you, be very much attuned to how it may be for someone else. Equally, you may find yourself in a situation where two people you're very fond of are not actually finding it quite so easy to rub along, and you may find yourself in the role of being the peacemaker or stuck in the middle and having to be ultra diplomatic to It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.